What is up, guys? EvilDuosArm here today, and today I have for you another remake of one of my most popular videos on the channel, the first things to do after level 55 in Blade and Soul. So I'm remaking this video 3 months on because basically a couple of things have changed that new players should be aware of, and if you follow the old guide, you're going to waste a lot of time and a lot of money, so I want to make sure that new players have everything they need to be successful in Blade and Soul. So with that being said, we're starting off in the exact same place we started in the last video, and that is Valindria. So to get to Valindria, it's one of the places you complete in the story. It's located in Solok, which is the top left area. Big city, right in the middle, Valindria. What you're going to want to do is you're going to want to head over to the general merchant that's located right here. This general merchant has 6 accessories that you're going to want to go ahead and pick up. They are all of your Hollows accessories right here. It's going to cost you 60 Naryu silver. Now, for just playing through the story and completing your little surveys that you get down in the bottom corner over here, you're going to go ahead and get about 90 of this Naryu silver, so you're going to have enough to be able to buy all of these accessories. The reasons I'm recommending buying these accessories is because they are a direct upgrade to the Lucent accessories that you get for completing the story, and they will increase your stats a tiny, tiny little bit. So that is going to get you your first set of accessories. The next thing you're going to want to go ahead and do is going to be finish the orange quests in the story. So the orange quests in Blade and Soul are these quests that you see down in the bottom right corner over here. So I went ahead and switched characters to show you what I'm talking about. So if I go ahead and press the J key, you'll see that there's the Ransu School quest line, the Emperor's Tomb quest line, and then there's additionally a Kanda Vihar quest line that I've already completed on this character. So these quest lines are going to give you some more experience, some more stats, and basically some more items to let you go ahead and progress your character further. Do not use any of your upgrade items on your character. Oh god, here comes Kuropi. Really, dude? I'm in the middle of recording a video. So after you go ahead and complete all of those quest lines, you're going to have a bunch of levels, and you're going to want to make sure you distribute your Hongmoon points. So Hongmoon points, you press your P on your keyboard, and it's going to bring up this character status menu. Under the character status menu, you're going to have this tab that says Hongmoon points. Here you can distribute your Hongmoon points however you feel. What I would recommend to new players is, since you're going to be HM8, would be split 20 and 20. Go 20 into offense and 20 into defense. If you are running a dungeon that's hard, or you haven't run it before, or you want to give yourself a little survivability, go ahead and drop your offense to 10 and pick this health regen stat. I love this health regen point here. Basically what this does is every 8 seconds gives you a huge boost of health regen. So it's a really great thing, and then it has a 10-second duration. So basically, as long as you don't get hit in the 8 seconds that it's off, you're going to be constantly healing, and it's really a great way to keep your character alive. So if it is a first time running a dungeon or something you're new to, don't worry about not having the points into offense, and make sure you stay alive, because a dead player does no DPS. So that's how you're going to go ahead and distribute your players' stats. So the next thing you're going to want to do is head to a coin exchange merchant in Blade and Soul. So there's several of them around here. The one I've had the best luck with is in Jadestone. Another one that has usually pretty good luck is located in the Silverfrost Mountains, which is in the top right up here, and they are located in Grand Harvest Square, which is the bottom map. Grand Harvest Square right here. This is where the other coin exchange merchant is. So this one though is in Jadestone Village, which is in the Viridian Coast. Jadestone Village, this top right one over here, and then the coin exchange merchant is located right in front of us. So with this coin exchange merchant, what you're going to do is, just like the accessory exchange merchant that we just went to in the very first step of this, is you're going to be purchasing your weapon chest. So most classes, just about every single class, goes with the dark weapon chest. Just about every single one. The 2 exceptions that I can think of off the top of my head and that I would go with is an Earth Destroyer is going to go with the Seraph weapon, this light weapon chest, and a Warlock can go either way. It depends how you're feeling on the day. But for the most part, stick with Baleful, the dark weapon chest for all of your classes. To go ahead and buy this weapon chest, all you're going to need to do is process some coins into some silver. So I'm going to go ahead and process into these silver and grab some. So when you have your Naryu silver, and like I said, you're going to have about 30 left at this point, so you're going to go ahead and buy your weapon chest over and over and over again. The reason we're doing this is because we want to get 6 gem slots on the weapon. So the one you get from the story is only going to have 3. Do not upgrade the one you got from the story until you get one with 6 slots like this. So keep doing this method until you get a 6-slot weapon. So I'm going to show you right now with this light weapon chest. I'm just going to go ahead and buy like 3 of them. 1, 2, 3. Maybe I'll get lucky in this demonstration. So what you're going to do is you right click on the weapon chest, so right click it to open it, and it's going to give you another Seraph weapon or Baleful weapon, whichever one you went ahead and picked. So as you can see, 2 of them have 3 and 1 of them has 4. So I would need to continue to do this. If you run out of Naryu silver along the way, or you don't have enough to keep doing this method, you haven't gotten your 6 slots yet, what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to head over to the Celestial Basin in Gunwan City. Gunwan City, Celestial Basin, this bottom right corner right here. And in here there are 3 mobs. There is one that spawns here. Actually, let me do it on the map over here so I can show you. We're going to go back to Gunwan City. Celestial Basin. So over in the Celestial Basin, there are 3 mobs that spawn. There's one that patrols through here, there's one that patrols through here, and there is one that's like sitting over here just hanging out by himself. Those 3 mobs, whenever you kill it, drops you 1 Naryu Silver. You can just go on a lap, switch your channel to whatever channel you're going to need to do it, and basically do laps around the area killing those bosses. They're pretty easy to kill. They have like 600,000 health. They should be pretty easy to do for anybody fresh out of the story. So kill a bunch of those, farm up some Naryu coins, head back over to this merchant right here. So you're going to have to keep opening a bunch of these. You might get lucky on your first one and get it, but yeah, so this is what you're going to need to do until you get a weapon that has 6 slots. So you can see the weapon I have equipped has 6 gem slots, 6 circles in the middle there for me to go ahead and put gems on. So that is how you get your 6-slot weapon. So the next thing we're going to look at is getting our legendary accessories for our new players here. So basically they changed the way you get legendary accessories now to where you don't have to run dungeons at all. You can kind of just do a couple quests and get all your legendary accessories you need, or just about all of your good ones that you're going to need to pick up. So to do this, what you're going to do is you're going to head over to your quest logs, your quest journal, which is J on the keyboard, and you're going to be looking in your quest letters for this quest right here. It's called The Dead Refuse to Die. So to do the Dead Refuse to Die questline, what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to beat 3 bosses, and then you're going to go ahead and kill a mini boss that's located in Mushin's Tower. So the 3 bosses you need to kill are the Ebendrake Citadel boss, the Desolate Tomb boss, and the Naryu Foundry boss. These bosses are relatively easy, and to find parties for those, all you're going to do is press F8, hit the Dungeon Party Finder, and look for parties for those dungeons. It's pretty simple. You just click the dungeon on the right side, and it will queue up the dungeon for you. So, after you complete those dungeons, and you need to do it in order, so Ebendrake Citadel, Desolate Tomb, Naryu Foundry, it's going to tell you to kill the twins, the 2 sisters, or 2 whatevers, on the 16th floor of Mushin's Tower. To get to Mushin's Tower, you're going to hit Map. You're going to head over to Mushin Hall, which is located here on the right. Mushin's Tower, spawn in. The Mushin's Tower 16th floor is this floor right here. The door should be open after you read a couple quests from this dude that's sitting right here. They're going to be kind of difficult for a newer player, so I would recommend upgrading that weapon that you just picked up in the first step a little bit. The step that we went ahead and got it to 6 gem slots and put some gems in it, and basically help it a little bit easier for you to go ahead and fight those bosses there. So after you go ahead and do that and clear that, you're going to get an awesome reward for a newer player, which is 250 Draken cores plus 13 gold plus some peaches. Fantastic items. And basically, what's awesome about these 250 Dragon cores is that you can just go ahead and straight up buy your legendary accessories now. So you've gotten those 250 Dragon cores. What you're going to do is you're going to head over to Celestial Basin, which is once again in Gunwan City. Celestial Basin, this bottom right one right here. The merchant in Celestial Basin now, this coin exchange merchant right here, she now sells the legendary accessories straight up for peaches and for Draken cores. So the 2 that you're going to want to get are the Oath Necklace and the Eternity Belt. This is going to use 100 of your 250 Draken cores as well as 16,000 peaches. To get 16,000 peaches, you're going to have to kill mobs in this area. So just go ahead and run laps around this area, kill mobs, and go ahead and farm up your stuff. To get 16,000 peaches, it's probably going to take you about 3 or 4 hours of farming mobs and doing these quests that you see popped up on the bottom right corner here. These quests down here. As you do these quests, you're going to get the peaches, you're going to get the items that you need, and we're going to go ahead and be able to purchase these 2 legendary accessories with those Draken cores that we went ahead and got. This is going to get you a very strong power spike. As far as a new player is concerned, the Oath Necklace is probably going to be a 5-10% DPS increase. Eternity Belt is going to increase your survivability tremendously. Now, in addition to that, we're going to be farming a lot of peaches here as a new player, so you're going to learn to hate this place. The other things you need to pick up from this merchant are going to be the Celestial Heart. It's a quick 5 attack power bonus, critical damage bonus, critical hit bonus rather. So a nice little item to go ahead and pick up with peaches. Another item that you're going to want to consider picking up, or you're definitely probably going to pick up, is going to be your Skyrift or Pulse Mystic badges, followed by your Eternity or Transcendence Soul badge, depending on what class you are. So just look at them and see which stat applies to your character better. For just about every class, you want to get the Skyrift or Pulse. So that means that you're going to be sitting down here farming up about 50,000 peaches to go ahead and be able to get all of these items. 50,000 peaches is going to take you about 10-11 hours, so don't do it all at once. Do some of the other steps in this video. Really, the only 2 that you need to do off the bat are going to be getting these legendary accessories. Just know that in Celestial Basin, when you are farming peaches, the more peaches you have, the bigger peach quest rewards that you get. I have videos on Celestial Basin on the channel. Go ahead and check them out for it explained. Just basically try and farm as many as you can in one sitting, because the rewards for the quests increase as you go. Once you go ahead and purchase things and reset your peaches back down to 0, the rewards decrease down to relatively lower amounts. Okay, so those are all the things we need to get from Celestial Basin. Just once again to cover them all: the Oath Necklace, the Eternity Belt. Never get these 2 items, they suck. We want to get our Celestial Heart, and we want to pick up one of the badges and one of the other badges here. So the Soul badge and one of the Mystic badges. So we've got those for our character, we've got all those items for our class. we're done with Celestial Basin. We can leave this place and move on to the next area. And the next thing we're going to be doing is going to be getting 10 runs of Naryu's Sanctum. So Naryu's Sanctum is actually located in Celestial Basin, so you're not quite done. However, the easiest way to get into parties for this is going to be F8 Dungeon Naryu's Sanctum, or to join my Discord and look for parties of people recruiting for Naryu's Sanctum. You need to do 10 runs of this dungeon to be able to unlock the achievement as you purchase your final accessory. 10 runs of Naryu's Sanctum is going to set you back about 3 or 4 hours. It's not going to be terrible, and you'll be in there and you'll learn the mechanics and you'll get faster and faster every time you go. Naryu's Sanctum, to be able to run it, you can just pretty much run it fresh out of the story, so no worries on that. After you've run Naryu's Sanctum 10 times, that dungeon that's located right there on the map, you're going to head over to the Silverfrost Mountains, Zyway, and we are looking for the Gossamer Inn fast travel point, which is right here. So we're going to go ahead and fast travel to the Gossamer Inn, and I will see you there. Alright, so we've arrived at the Gossamer Inn and we are running into the trading merchant square area. And we are looking for the little merchant down here, Junorsi, or Junorai. So this merchant right here, we're going to head over to this legendary tab and we're going to be able to purchase our Divine Dragon Bracelet or Tiger Bracelet chest. I would recommend looking on Google, looking at Reddit posts to decide which one of these you want to get, because these are going to be a big purchase. You're going to be spending a lot of time using this and then you're going to spend a lot of time upgrading it. You don't want to pick the wrong one. So I don't know what every single class goes off the top of my head. I mainly play my gunslinger, so I really cannot help you with that. Look around online to try and find something. Alright, anyway though, what you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and pick up the Dragon Bracelet or the Tiger Bracelet. So we needed our 10 runs to go ahead and purchase this. Now that we can purchase it, we just need 200 Dragon Cores. For your 10 runs of Naryu's Sanctum that you just did, you should have gotten pretty close to enough Dragon Cores. If you did not get enough Dragon Cores, go ahead and run Desolate Tomb a few more times. That is one of the fastest ones to go ahead and get Dragon Cores. After you've got your 200 Dragon Cores though, go ahead and buy this, and congratulations, you now have all of the legendary accessories that you need to be successful in Blade and Soul and continue on with the story. Basically, at this point, as a new player, you have just about everything you need to start getting into Skybreak Spire runs, but what you're going to want to do is work on upgrading your weapon a little bit. So if you go to your inventory, and if you click on your weapon, and if you hit Manage Equipment, you will see that you can upgrade your weapon along a whole different series of trees. Depending if you're Seraph or Baleful at this point, you will see Seraph or Baleful listed here, and you just go ahead and literally upgrade along the tree. If you hover each stage, it'll show you what you need to go ahead and upgrade it. There are 2 options for every upgrade. You can either upgrade with Void Fragments, which are farmed at Celestial Basin, but I'm sure you're done with Celestial Basin at this point and never want to see it again. Or you can upgrade it by using the weapon that you farm from completing the dungeons that correlate with it. So this is the method I would recommend doing, is running the different dungeons just to mix it up a little bit. I mean, yeah, you can play Celestial Basin and farm your character all the way up and pretty much just live in Celestial Basin and never see any of the dungeons, but why would you want to do that? Go ahead and experience the game a little bit. So run the dungeons, and to see which dungeon it drops from, so like if I were to go ahead and look at my next upgrade path right here, on the weapons right here, it tells me where I get my next weapon, and if I could just friggin' do it. Okay. So in the Manage Equipment that I'm on, if I went ahead and looked at this weapon for my next upgrade, it's going to say that I need the Gunwan Axe, and it tells me where I get the Gunwan Axe. So I can buy the Gunwan Axe from the Celestial Basin Exchange Merchant Liusian, or I get it from Chapter 11 completing the story. So make sure you keep that weapon because you will need it to upgrade your weapon. So we've got that, we've got our weapons upgraded, all that great stuff, and we're working on upgrading our weapon. As we upgrade our weapon, there's a couple of other things we're going to want to go and pick up along the way, and the first one is our set of Hexa Gems. So you can actually get heptagonal gems from farming in Celestial Basin, and you might actually get one of them now. So when you complete mini-bosses in Celestial Basin, there's a chance that they drop a key fragment. As they drop key fragments, you'll eventually get enough to be able to open the Celestial Basin door, which I have a whole video on this. The Celestial Basin door, when you go ahead and open it, has a chance to give you a heptagonal gem. So doing all your Celestial Basin farming, you're probably going to get a heptagonal gem or 2 just from that like 11 hours of farming you've got to do in there. So after we go ahead and get that, whatever gems though, we got to go ahead and fill out the rest of our inventory with gems. I have a video on which gems are the best, but just as a general rule of thumb, you always want to have a diamond, you always want to have an aquamarine, you always want to have an amethyst, and you always want to have a ruby. Those 4 gems are your best 4 gems, so make sure that you have those 4. After that, it doesn't really matter too much what you go ahead and pick up and add into those slots. So to get your gems, your hexagonal gems, you're going to need to buy these things called gem powders off the marketplace. The gem powders on the marketplace, when this freaking loads, if you type in gem powder into the search menu on the marketplace, you're going to see these items called Hongmoon gem powders. You're going to need a total of 24 of these if you do not plan on purchasing or getting the heptagonal gems from farming in Celestial Basin. So you are going to need a whole bunch of these gem powders. These gem powders usually run about 20 gold. They're a bit cheaper in this video because we're in the middle of a trove event, so things tend to drop in price. So you're going to need to spend a good amount of gold to buy all these. do these a little bit at a time. It's nothing you need to rush, you know, just when you have some extra gold sitting around, which is pretty rarely in Blade and Soul. Go ahead and pick up 4 of these and make a gem. So to make the gem, after you've gotten 4 of these, what you need to do is you need to head over to the Dragon Express, which is the bottom of your inventory right here, Dragon Express. Go to the tab that has a little pretty gem on it, and just go ahead and right click to purchase any of these gems. The nice thing about these gems is after you're done with it, or if you get something better, you can just go ahead and salvage it to get the gem powders back and go on and sell them back on the marketplace. So you basically always have the item. You're not really like getting rid of it or using it to make this. Think of it as an investment as opposed to a purchase. Another nice thing is if you want to like switch gems, or like say you get a better diamond along the way, you can salvage it to get your 4 gem powders back and then purchase a different gem, so you can swap between gems freely as you need them. Or like say if you want to go ahead and do PvP where you need the amber, you can switch to the amber to get the PvP item, and then once you're done with your PvP, you can switch back into any one of the other gems. So a nice little feature that's been added in with that. After that though, guys, basically everything is going to be quality of life improvements that you see in this video. Nothing that absolutely needs to happen right now, right then. Focus on upgrading your weapon to the Raven tier. So we went ahead and looked at the Manage Equipment menu. Click on this little icon that says Search Equipment Upgrade Paths. The Raven tier is right here, 1, 2, and 3. Currently there's an event going on that lets you get to the Raven 3 tier a lot cheaper than if you were to just go ahead and progress through the game normally. That event will expire here shortly, so it's not really anything to count on. So for the most part, and for the current time of the game, going from Seraph 10 or Baleful 10 to Raven 1 is the fastest way to upgrade your weapon, the cheapest way to make the weapon upgrade. So that final upgrade stage is going to take you to a Raven King's item. You can go ahead and purchase it off the marketplace. Everything you need you can basically purchase off the marketplace, so you're going to need to save up a ton of gold. So like I said, these items, the next ones are more like quality of life and shouldn't be too prioritized in terms of going for them. So the first one we're going to talk about is going to be our pet. So our pet is this stat located right here. You get a Hongmoon Pet Aura Stage 1 just for playing through the story. This Hongmoon Aura Pet Stage 1, you can go ahead and upgrade with these pet packs that you get from playing through the story or get from events. Sometimes there's events that just drop them, or RNG boxes drop them, like the current one I think has a chance of dropping a pet pack. So these pet pack you use to upgrade the pet aura. If you get them from playing through the game or just random drops from things, go ahead and use it. Otherwise, don't buy these on the marketplace because they cost a stupid amount of money. If I typed in pet pod into the marketplace, you'll see 135 gold for like plus 2,000 health is simply put not really worth the investment. The next one we're going to look at is your soul. So everybody likes to complain about the soul and how expensive it is, but at the end of the day, until you get into the legendary tier, it's not giving you very much stat-wise. So don't prioritize this, don't think too much on it. I mean, this upgrade right here will set you back 150 gold for an additional 2 attack power. I mean, it's simply put not worth it for a new player. After you get your Raven weapon and are starting to gear up a little bit more, this becomes more of a better upgrade, but as a new player, don't really worry about this at all. The Solok Soul you get for completing the story is plenty for the majority of the game you're going to be playing as a new player. The next thing you're going to want to do after you've gotten all these different items is you're going to want to go ahead and do the quest that is called Know Thine Enemy. So Know Thine Enemy, I've already completed it on this character, which is kind of disappointing. I can't show you it, but it's another quest letter that you have to read. It's a quest letter. The quest is called Know Thine Enemy. Know Thine Enemy involves doing the weekly dungeons. The weekly dungeons are located right here. If you click weekly challenges, you can accept them all right here. It's Meeting Magerna's Match, Echoes of the Past, and Undying Fire. So these 3 dungeons, if you go ahead and accept them, are going to give you 3 little mini raids that you have to do. People are recruiting for them all the time in the chat over here, which of course is blocked by my webcam. But if you will trust me, there's people recruiting for all 3 of them right now. And yeah, so just basically apply to a party, join a party. At this point, you should be about 950, 900 AP, which should be able to get into any party for these. If people kick you out, they're just jerks and you don't want to play with them anyway. And it's more than enough to clear these mini raids. So do those raids. Completing that is going to give you your first 3 pieces of your Raven Soul Shield set. So piece 1, 2, and 3. Those first 3 pieces are going to be a nice little boost to just about all characters. Some classes don't benefit from just the 3, so you're going to stick with your MSP that you got from the story. But otherwise, this BT Soul Shield set, these first 3 pieces, are going to be an instant upgrade to your character. Go ahead and drop those on. So now your character has their first 3 pieces of BT, you have your legendary accessories, you have a pretty strong weapon. At this point you are good to go and go ahead and run Skybreak Spire. So to get into Skybreak Spires, there's a lot of different ways. You can look for parties that are recruiting in the bottom tab below, but most of the time they're looking for very geared players to get into, so you're going to have a low chance of getting into those parties. The alternate method is to go ahead and join my Discord, or an alternate method, I don't want to say it's the only one. Join my Discord, there's people recruiting for BTs all the time in there, looking for players. We tend not to have any gear requirements or anything because most of us are pretty well geared and we just take about anybody and help them get through the game. And at that point, what you're going to be looking for is the remaining Soul Shield pieces from your Soul Shield set, so pieces 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And then additionally, you're going to be looking for your BT accessories, which is a ring and an earring. So the ring and the earring are for your element of your character, so whichever spec you pick for your character, whether you're a shadow or earth or whatever you are for your character, you're going to want to get the accessory that goes along with that character build. That's going to increase your DPS tremendously, like we're talking huge DPS increase, probably 20-30% after you get both of those accessories. So yeah, you're going to want to be farming to pick those suckers up and running Skybreak Spire to get into those. Another way to go ahead and get into Skybreak Spire is the Blade and Soul raid recruitment channel. There's a Blade and Soul raid recruitment Discord. People post the link in mine all the time, so hop into mine, look for that link, and go ahead and join into that. I don't have it off the top of my hand to go ahead and share in the description below because I'm not actually a member of it. Additionally, you can go ahead and recruit your own parties for it. I would recommend watching either mine or Kuropi's videos or a whole bunch of other videos on YouTube about running it, but you know, I have to plug myself for these types of things. And they show you how to run the first dungeons or the first couple of bosses of the dungeon and basically give you an idea on what to expect before you get into it. So you don't want to be going into these blind. You want to know what's going to happen so you're prepared and can react to the different things that happen during them. And basically, guys, that is it. That is all I want to talk about in this video. So anyway, guys, that is basically it for this video. This is going to keep you busy for about a month and a half, 2 months, unless you are like a crazy person that's going to go farm for 72 hours straight in Celestial Basin and get your character geared all the way. But otherwise, yeah, guys, this is going to keep you busy for a while. So I do hope you enjoyed the video. I do hope it helps players get into the game or figure out what they need to do. If you did like the video, make sure to leave a like. If you do have questions, make sure you leave questions in the comment section below. I'll try to answer as many as I can. If you do have even more questions, go ahead and join my Discord. The link is in the description below. And go ahead and click on that and ask me questions in there. Ask anyone questions in there. We have a whole bunch of helpers and people in there that answer questions for newer players, experienced players, anybody to make sure that they have the best experience while playing Blade and Soul. And finally, guys, make sure to subscribe so you can stay updated on all the content for Blade and Soul. Got a whole bunch of content for different games coming out as well. So yeah, I really try to make this channel a nice place. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching as always, and I will see you at the next video. Peace.